Ooh, it has been exactly 1 year ever since the movement hashtag Hear Us Niantic started. So today we will check out to see what has Niantic changed in a good way and also a bad way after a year already. Alright, so hi to all of you guys. So yeah, it's been a year since hashtag Hear Us Niantic. Time really flies, especially when you are, not noticing a lot of things, but also at the same time, I've noticed a lot of things. Whether it has been good or bad, I've taken note of them. But today we'll be talking about what has really changed in terms of, that movement that has happened exactly 1 year ago. For those of you who are wondering if the other content creators are intending to make a video to talk about it, or in fact they have been talking about Niantic in general, especially things that they have not been doing well, it's up to them whether they want to make a video to talk about it. I'm here to be the voice of the community, and I do hope that many of you guys can also respect the fact that the other content creators, they have a choice whether they want to do that or not also. So anyway, I'm going to bring my screen up and to show you guys what has been going on. Well, we are here, but that's not what we are here to look at. We are also not going to look at the news, but we are just going to go into Twitter today. Alright, but backtrack 1 year ago. For those of you who do not know what hashtag Hear Us Niantic is, it's actually a movement that me and the other content creators like Trainer Tips Nick, Zoe Two Dots, Reversal, and a few others who actually came together to actually send out a public letter that was written by Zoe Two Dots. Right, thank you very much, Zoe, for writing out the public letter to address and issue a very big issue that happened last year. So the issue was Niantic actually reduced the double radius to basically the usual size, and a lot of people very unhappy because the pandemic was still going on, especially it happened in United States and also New Zealand. So I actually wrote out, this was the tweet that I made out, and then this was the public letter that all of us actually gave out to Niantic. So how did Niantic respond? Well, for those of you who remember that we actually made a video on it also, here is their reply. Alright, this is not the actual reply from their official website, but they said that they heard, and also there's an update from their task force, and they said they have been listening to our players' feedback and set up roundtables conversation and spoke with 30 community leaders, and that the 80 meters interaction radius for the Pokestop has been an incredible positive quality of life, and up to now we are still having 8, which is really awesome. We are still enjoying the double radius for spinning Pokestops and gym. That's great. Alright, Niantic has also a lot of room to grow when it comes to communicating with the players. Yep, so that's that, and we're just gonna check out the last 1 year of information and news Niantic and also Pokemon Go has been putting out for us. So it's basically updates in terms of like events, so on and so forth, but they promised us that they'll be putting out a Dave diaries once every 2 months, which essentially they have actually kept their words on that. Alright, you guys can see these are the old posts and whatsoever since the month of September. That's the one that they said what they heard. Alright, so I understand that ever since the month of August last year until now, the events have been rather lackluster until the month of like around February or around March. So for like 7 months ish, it was really underwhelming, especially giving really poor raid bosses, and in fact really poor community day Pokemon, and really poor events in general, which wasn't too satisfying for a lot of players. So hence a lot of players find it really boring to play the game at that point of time, and I totally understood, myself included. Alright, so that's one of the Dave diaries over there. We're talking about the Season of Heritage. Alright, but then also the Dave diaries, that the first one they came out with was the community day. I know a lot of people do not read the Dave diaries, but I personally read every single one of them, and to get information on what's going on within their company and whatsoever. Also, I do read online news, etc. also. So just a quick update in terms of what Niantic has been doing and whatsoever. Let's talk about their earnings. Alright, last year they were projected to actually earn, if my estimation is correct, $1.6 billion United States in terms of revenue. However, they actually hit 1 billion mark, the quickest in 6 years, in 5 years actually, in 8 months. So by the month of August, they actually hit 1 billion in terms of revenue. However, the last 4 months, it really went downhill, and they only made 200 million. So essentially for the year of 2021, they actually made 1.2 billion, whereas the year before, also 2020, they also made 1.2 billion. So imagine this, if they actually made a record setting it to hit 1 billion by just 8 months, however they weren't able to earn more than the previous year, 2020, something really happened, man. And the thing that really made them not be able to earn a lot is probably a lot of players like myself and you guys actually stopped spending money on the game. And there's a huge effect on it, and that's Niantic not earning as much. A lot of things have happened. In fact, they have also laid off 8% of their staff, which is basically around 85 of their staffs, and their staff have changed and whatsoever. In fact, for those of you who do not know, in the month of January this year, they actually have a new community manager. Her name is Kelsey, and she was actually interviewed by Trainer Tips Nick also. And looking at the situation, seems to be going in an okay direction. I wouldn't say totally super duper good or super duper bad or whatsoever. However, there are a lot of players out there who are very unhappy with some of the decisions that Niantic have been making. But one thing I must say though, Niantic have been trying. Pokemon Go have been trying. They have been trying in a sense that they have been giving out, the Dave Diaries, which is good. I can see they are trying in terms of communicating, in terms of giving us information, and also organizing community meetups around the world. So hence why I'm trying to attend every single one of them within my region, and in hopes of meeting players out there also. However, there are certain decisions that Niantic has been making that makes it feel like a bit like I'm not sure what they're doing, especially like, for example, the latest one is actually the reduction, for those of you who do not know also, the reduction in the number of Pokestops that you can spin within 24 hours. What am I talking about is that before the Go Fest in Berlin, you could actually spin a total of 1,200 Pokestops per day, basically in 24 hours. However, that was halved after the Berlin Go Fest at the beginning of I think was it last month or something like that, can't remember. But not beginning of last month, like the mid of last month. So yeah, it's kind of unfortunate that happened, and we can only spin 600 Pokestops per day. I know many of you guys are saying 600 Pokestops is still insane, Brandon, but think about this. At the very start of the game, 2016 and 2017, we could spin a total of 2,000 Pokestops a day. Alright, I was hitting close to the cap every day, 1,900, 1,800-ish. However, now that it has reduced to like 1/3 that number, 600, it's kind of ridiculous because we get fewer items to be able to catch more Pokemon. We get fewer chances to replenish potions and revives whenever we get capped to not be able to spin gyms or basically spin Pokestops. So that kind of sucks, and a lot of people are unhappy about it, especially the top and hardcore players out there. Alright, for me, I've not experienced the cap yet because for me, when I'm traveling right now, I don't get to spin a lot of Pokestops as I do when I'm playing in Singapore, for example. So that's that. A lot of changes, a lot of negative changes have been made, but Niantic did not announce also. However, we all take note about all this and we know what's going on. So hence why the hardcore players, they actually feel more when certain changes like this happen. I know a lot of people have been asking for gift sending to be much easier be done also. However, Niantic did not take note of that also to implement something. However, they are working on something like Campfire and other things to build the community. Like, even for them to organize the community meetup, hey, it's not just like that, a snap of a finger to do it, because they need to get in touch with the local management and see if it's okay to hold an event at a park or a certain venue. And of course, to get third-party companies to actually run the events for them, because the representative that you guys see, for those of you who have attended the community meetups, they are not the actual Niantic staff. Other than maybe a small handful of them, Niantic staff, they are actually there. I personally have not encountered or spoken to any of the Niantic staff because, to be honest with you guys, they do not want to speak to me. No Niantic staff want to speak to me. In fact, there were some of the local trainers over there when I was in Thailand, where I attended the community meetup. They actually met up and spoke to Niantic staff, the actual Niantic staff, not the representative, but the Niantic staff itself. And they were Niantic staff actually told the trainers that they were tasked not to speak to me as an individual. And I mean, I respect that, and they just said that it's under their policy not to speak to me, Brandon Tan 91, and that's cool. But most importantly is for them to be communicating with the community, with the other content creators also. Question is, are they doing it that well? I personally feel no. Alright, why no is because they have not been getting as much feedback as what I feel they should be getting, asking questions from the community, getting improvements being made to the game from the feedback that's being gathered from the community. I think that's the most important thing, getting answers from your community and knowing what to provide for your community. That's more important than getting it from one single individual from me. So hence they failed on that part in my opinion. On the back end, maybe they have been speaking to the other content creators, which I am not surprised if they did, and the content creators have given them their feedback in terms of what can be improved and changed. I wouldn't be surprised by that. However, from my understanding, many years ago, when before hashtag Heras Niantic, sometimes the other content creators try to give feedback to Niantic. They usually fall on deaf ears and nothing gets changed. Though the other content creators like Zoe and the rest have tried, but I usually fall on deaf ears, which is very saddening to hear. So I hope things have changed. I hope it has improved, but I'm not sure if that has actually happened yet. You guys can let me know in the comment section down below if you guys think that Niantic is hearing or making some positive changes or whatsoever. Like I said, I feel like they have done something, but there's still a lot to improve on. And the thing that I really appreciate they've been doing for the last few months is actually doing the community meetups, which like I said is not an easy thing to do, especially when it's worldwide and there's so many of those community meetup happening around the world. It's not just 10 or 20. If you guys actually take a look at the community meetup map, whenever the community meetup location is being announced, you can see that there's so many locations, especially in America, in Europe, in the Asia region. There are just so many. So I understand if things are slowly improving. All right, I do understand that for certain communities who have went for the community meetups, certain people are unhappy. It's like, oh, that's it. Just get the pin and that's it. No, there's nothing else. Some people wanted to give some feedback, this and that, but the people who were at the on-site venue itself, they were not actually the Niantic staff itself. So eventually slowly improve from like a small little booth to become a tent, and then become more things, and there are more items being given out, not just pins but also postcards and stickers and whatsoever. So I do appreciate that. And even in America, I think people are getting like the visor thing which is not available in some parts of Asia yet, from what I can see from photos and whatsoever. Yeah, I do keep myself really updated in terms of what's going on around the world. I can't travel to everywhere at the same time, but I can see pictures online and get information from people. For those of you who have been trying to communicate with me on Twitter also, I do apologize on that, because I told myself that I wanted to stay away from Twitter, so that I could see what kind of information I, as a player who do not look at social media, can obtain. And I must say though that I have lost a lot of information not looking at Twitter, and that is something that Niantic, I did say last year already, that Niantic and Pokemon Go company should improve on. They should actually have more in-game news, in-game information that were also announced on Twitter. If they can match and link both platforms together, having the Twitter messages popping up in-game, that would be totally awesome. Because there were certain changes, certain announcements being made on Twitter that were not even announced in-game at all, which made many people not know certain things that were happening. One example I can give you guys is, for those of you who remember the Dano Makeup Day that I experienced in Kuala Lumpur, I did not get the information in-game at all. My friends, some of them did, but it was announced on Twitter, but I did not get the information. In fact, it was announced by the Niantic Help Support Twitter handle, not exactly by the Pokemon Go app itself, that there was a Makeup Day No Community Day. But it was also announced on the Pokemon Go Japanese Twitter account. So yeah, I mean, I don't follow, I do follow all of them, but I don't like read every single one of them also, even before hashtag Heras Niantic thing happened last year. So I think such important events and such important dates should actually be announced in-game, and other information also, like changes made to the game, even if it's a negative change made to the game, I think it should have been informed to the players in the game itself. Alright, at the start, after the month of August, I do remember Niantic apologizing in-game for one of the mistakes that they had made, and they said that sorry for the inconvenience caused to any of the trainers. I don't have the screenshot of it, or maybe I did, but I'm not going to dig it out. But basically, they apologized for something. And I thought that was a very good step towards communicating with the players, acknowledging that something that they did was wrong, and they actually apologize. I mean, I do apologize on certain things that I do wrong or say wrongly also. And I was hoping something like that will continue again. Unfortunately, not, because I do understand that there were some mistakes that were made in the game and whatsoever. Coding is not easy. It's not an easy thing to do. I do not know about coding, but I'm very sure certain things that are coded could cause something else to be affected. So hence the saying goes like that Niantic solves one problem but creates 10 problems. Sometimes it's not their fault, or maybe sometimes you guys can say that it's deliberate. I do not know, but my point is, if there's something that happens, you can always acknowledge it and apologize to the community. We will understand, and we will actually give you guys more time and be patient about it to actually resolve the problem. Alright, but unfortunately, like I said, after that particular note from Niantic regarding that particular mistake, nothing else came already when we talk about the other problems that arise. Alright, so it's been a year since hashtag Heroes Niantic campaign has started, and people are still using the hashtag from what I understand, despite it trending second in the month of August last year. But people are still using it, and it's basically to emphasize problems or issues that they've been encountering in the game. Of course, Niantic don't see every single tweet out there because there are just so many tweets, so many issues to actually address. Sometimes we just need to report it directly to Niantic using the help report section under the settings over there. But I would dare say that Niantic knows a lot of the problems that are going on, especially the ones that are causing the community to feel really, really unhappy. But sometimes it just really falls on deaf ears, which really infuriates me also at times. So Niantic, all I gotta say is, well, we have given you 1 year to actually make an improvement to the game, to make an improvement to communicate with us. A lot of people feel that it's not enough. I personally feel that it's okay, but to the standards that I wish it can be, not yet. So a lot of things has still not been improved to the level that we wish it can be, and we really hope that more things can be made, more things can be changed, despite the fact that it's been said that Pokemon Go is supposed to last for 20 years, but I don't think a lot of us are going to play a game for 20 years long. So hence, getting things done quicker and speeding things up to actually communicate and improve the game quicker, I think is a better solution, to be honest. Alright, that is that from me. Hopefully you guys have a lot of things to say in the comment section down below. Hopefully Niantic also reads the comment section down below to hear from you guys what you guys feel towards hashtag Heroes Niantic and what he has done in the last 1 year. Of course, all I gotta say, for those of you who have stopped playing the game, it's always your choice. For those of you who are thinking to stop playing the game, it's also your choice. For those of you who are enjoying and having fun playing the game, great, happy, that's good for you guys. And likewise for myself, I do enjoy making content, I do enjoy playing Pokemon Go, but of course with all the problems that do arises when a mistake is being made or the community being unhappy with certain problems or certain things that Niantic has changed or whatsoever, that certainly just makes me feel like I'm one step closer to not wanting to play this game anymore. Alright, yeah. And for the other people who have actually, like I said, quit the game, including the two brothers, Dabrin and Macron, like I said, it's always your choice. But ultimately, we all make our choices to stop playing a game based on our own individual choices. But for certain instances, especially for me, it might be has to be serious reason for me to actually want to quit the game at this stage, man. So anyway, that's it from me. I'm kind of blabbering already. I'd like to hear from you guys. Alright, let me know in the comment section down below. Let's just hope Niantic will not only just hear us, but also really understand us. Okay, We are not really demanding or anything. We just want things not to get screwed up or whatsoever. That's all we are asking for, Niantic. That's all we are asking for, Pokemon Company. Alright? I'll see you guys in the next episode, in the next video. Alright? Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.